Once you start winning, beware. This is a story about how I got to the best point in my life and fucked it all up because of one fucking little thing that I knew I could have done something about it, but I just didn't do anything. It all starts with little fucking Alan going to California for the first time. Hey, woohoo, California. So it all starts with me coming to California, trying to live a better life than the life I was living basically in Brazil. And it starts off pretty well. I start going running, I start watching a lot of self-improvement videos, and I got a job. Maybe a shitty job, maybe not. It was at a pharmacy. The people were lovely, but my boss, he was a pain in the ass. I mean, all bosses are a pain in the ass, but I learned the job very quickly and swiftly. There were some problematic people in the pharmacy that were later exposed, got a lot of money. So after that, around a month after, I got into an accident, a car accident, that left me with a broken humerus, a broken arm, basically, and with a malfunctioning hand. So it tore my radial nerve, and I'm not able to do wrist extension, nor wrist stabilization. So with that in mind, I go back to my life. It just fucking happens, you know? Life is life, and you gotta understand that life doesn't fucking wait for you, and you shouldn't be waiting on life to start. You start whenever you can, whenever you have to. You have to start whenever. It doesn't matter if you start today, tomorrow. The earlier you start, the better. Okay? So, I got in this accident. Didn't tell my parents, didn't tell anybody. Until last minute, I told my brother that I knew I could trust. Because, I mean, he lives with me, so I guess that's a bonus. I go through a little bit of emotional moment. I cry a little bit, saying, shit, man, I fucking hate my life. This is the worst fucking point of my life. Remember, I induced myself into this life. I was in Brazil, chilling, not even doing anything with my life, but I knew I didn't want to go to university. I knew I didn't want to just work in Brazil and be some fucking idiotic person that didn't want anything with his life. And I knew I had to do something out of my comfort zone. So what I did, the impossible, I just traveled by myself. So this time, I get better. That's cool, okay. I get better. Start doing DoorDash to actually pay my bills, do everything I should have done before. I get better. I start going to the gym again. I'm getting better. I'm feeling better. I don't even have to do cardio because when I go to the gym, I actually get a train that I have to walk 30 minutes to. And then when I walk 30 minutes to the train, when I get to the station and it drops me off, I have to walk another 30 minutes just to get to the gym. So I'm basically doing cardio every time I go to the gym. So I guess it's a win-win situation. I don't mind it, honestly. Not doing cardio is the best thing I ever did in my life. Wait. Nah. Forget that. Forget that. So, I started going to the gym. I started talking to a lot of people in the gym. A lot of people. I actually, this was the first gym I actually felt like home. And I actually wanted to go every day. I actually loved to go to that gym. It wasn't so much discipline. It was more like, it was like a routine, and I actually liked it. So I basically, everything just fit together, and I just had to go because I actually liked it. So what happened was I started actually self-improving. The self-improvement I started was basically meditating first thing in the morning. No. So my morning routine was I woke up, cold shower, went to the gym walking, train, come back, take a shower, meditate, gratitude journal, eat something, and go to my job. Cool. So whilst I did that on the job, as I was actually a shift lead, basically a customer service for you folks in the UK or elsewhere, and basically I had to actually talk with a lot of customers. So what I actually did was I basically used that in my favor, and I started talking with girls. I started flirting. Not that, like, oh yeah, you look very sexy, lady. Give me your fucking ass. No, not like that fucking harassment bullshit. More like, hey, you look good today. Nice to see you. Some flirty but chill vibe, you know? I'm not really, like, pushy, I would say. Sometimes I do get pushy when I do some shit, like when my brain is not functioning really good. So that was actually my first fucking problem. I started meditating 30 minutes a day, gratitude journaling, going to the gym. I was actually loving my life. It was actually the first time I actually lost a lot of weight in a long time. And I was actually loving my body. And you know how I told you guys, there was one thing, just one thing I fucked up because of it. And I think you guys already know what it is. So I started talking to this girl. She's supposed to get medication. Okay. Just let her go take her medication, okay? So I actually saw her twice before I actually talked to her. Just because I was like, I mean, I shouldn't even talk to her, honestly. Why would I, you know? Not even like bitch mentality. It was more like, it's just a normal lady just walking through. I don't really have anything to do or talk with her about. So honestly, I just didn't even talk to her. And one day, I think I saw a prescription on her end, and I asked what it was for, or some bullshit like that. And I was working in that aisle where she was. I don't know if she actually wanted me to talk to her at the time, or whatever it was. I just know I was pretty chill. I was flirty. I was playful. I was a lot of things. I actually really enjoyed talking to her. I had a good time, honestly. But I actually asked for her phone number. She gave it to me. I didn't text her that day. So she came in later that day. It was funny because she forgot like something. I don't even remember if it was a prescription or something, but she just said some bullshit and just talked to me and said, hey, text me, alright? And then we hugged, and I tried to actually kiss her. That was actually the first time I ever met this girl, so yeah, that was a fucking bold move. But I mean, who doesn't fucking try, you know? Who doesn't fucking try? You gotta try once in your life. Maybe you get the half fucking court shot into the fucking basket at mid halftime, and everybody calls you a champ. Or maybe not. You gotta try. So that's what I did, and I failed. And that's chill. So we started talking on the phone. We talked a little bit. I just understood that it's not going anywhere because, and only because, I was actually being such a fucking bitch about it. So basically every day she wouldn't come in, I would just be thinking about her. And when she texted me, I got that dopamine hit because she was the only girl I wanted to text. And third, I stopped meditating because I just couldn't stop thinking about her. So I got into this Jeffrey mentality, this beta male, and I couldn't even do anything about it because I was so fucking consumed for her. And maybe this is some fucking bullshit, me talking about fucking girls in the fucking mic, but this is actually an experience that I could not forget because it's basically, it's a part of my life that I actually sacrificed just because I couldn't stop talking about this girl or thinking about this girl, even though she wasn't even like, oh, she's a 10 out of 10, she's this, she's that. I just really liked her. But you know what happens when you like a girl too much? It's like a cat. When you go after a kitten, what does it do? It doesn't just stand there and wait for you to just hug it. It runs around, it goes like crazy. But when you don't even give a fuck about it, it just comes up to you and just sits on your lap, sits on you, asks for you to pet it. And that's basically my problem. I actually gave her one side of me, and then I just transformed into a little bitch. And I just gave the worst side of me up front to her. And that's the story of how I fucking lost a girl. And not just a girl. I actually lost my self-improvement, the girl. I lost my direction in life because of a fucking girl that didn't even give a fuck about me. So, guys, be on the grind because people come and go. The only thing that doesn't come and go is yourself and your feeling of being better, being the best version of yourself. And that's what I lost back then, that I'm regaining slowly. Because you guys don't understand what is that fire of waking up every fucking day and loving your fucking life. Life was so fun. Nowadays, life is just like, yeah, it's cool. And I expect life to get better. Why? Because I'm starting to meditate again. I'm starting to gratitude journal again. I'm going to the gym again. I lost 10 kilograms, so around 20 pounds. And it's just a start. It's just a start. And if people could understand that discipline isn't so bad, but when you start being disciplined, you actually don't like the bad things in life. So try to be disciplined. Try to get motivated when you don't feel like it. Yourself getting motivated instead of just going for because, oh yeah, it's discipline. Ho, 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 ho. Get yourself pumped up. Try to feel that burn that you felt once as a child when you try to like climb trees or jump over Proto, or in my occasion it was basically just dancing and exploring the forest, so adventures. Try to like do what you want. Do exactly what you think it's best for you. You know what is best for you. You know you should do more cardio. You know you should do more weightlifting. Open up your schedule and do the things that actually benefit you. Stop scrolling. Stop watching porn. Stop eating junk food. Those things, the only thing that happen when you do that is a little bit of pleasure. Sorry about that. A little bit of pleasure and your dopamine spike that goes down afterwards. So be your best self, because I'm gonna be my best self. And if you're not your best self, I'm gonna win the race and you're gonna fucking lose. You're gonna fucking lose.